Authors. The doctor had left. The room was quiet now. Vine lay on bed wrapped in a warm blanket, a drip attached to her wrist. Her face was still pale, her body still weak. And Taehyung had not moved from the chair beside her for hours. Taehyung, I hit her. I screamed at her, looked her like an animal. All because I didn't ask her once. Why didn't I ask for once? Author, his hands were shaking, his eyes red, not from anger this time, but from something he never showed anyone guilt. The same man who made enemies vanish was now sitting silently beside the girl he almost destroyed. He looked at her sleeping face, his bruised, her cracked lips. Author, he wanted to erase it all, but he couldn't because he caused it. Hours later, Vian's fingers twitched, her eyes opened. Just a little, she blinked slowly, trying to focus. Vian, whispering, where I am. Taehyung quickly leaning in. You are safe now, you are in my room. Author, he reached to hold her hand gently, but she flinched, pulled her hand away, her eyes filled with fear. Vian, shaking voice, don't hurt me, please. Author, that one sentence broke him. He leaned back in the chair, completely silent, and then a tear slipped from his eye. The man who never cried, not even a funeral, not even when he was shot, cried silently beside her. Taehyung whispering to himself, you are scared of me now, and I deserve it. He didn't touch her again. He just sat there, hands folded, staring at the floor like a lost soul. For the first time, Kim Taehyung had no power because the only thing he truly wanted was already broken by his own hands. Author, morning sunlight slipped through the curtains. Vian opened her eyes slowly. Her body still ached and her throat was dry. She tried to sit up but couldn't. Then she heard it, soft footsteps. She turned her head slightly and saw him, Kim Taehyung, the man who tortured her, the man who almost ended her, standing by the door, holding a tray of soap. Taehyung awkward clearly his throat, and it's just soup. I told the cook to make it soft. You have not eaten in days. He walked slowly towards the bed and set the tray down. She didn't move. Her eyes watched him, not with anger, but with fear. Then look stung more than any wound. He picked up the spoon and held it out. Taehyung softly, let me help you. Vian weakly but cold. Don't touch me, author. He paused, didn't say anything. He just placed the spoon back on the tray, sat down in the chair beside her, and stared at the floor. Seconds passed, then minutes, silence, and finally he spoke. But not like a mafia boss, like a man who hated himself. Taehyung quietly, I saw the footage, the halfway camera. Author's Van blinked slowly. He looked up. Eyes tired, red and heavy. Taehyung, you didn't help her run. You tried to stop her. You were trying to protect me. Her hands gripped the bedsheet tightly. She didn't reply. He swallowed hard, his voice almost cracking. Taehyung finally brokenly, I was wrong. I punished you for something you never did, and I'm really sorry. Author, these two words from his mouth, the coldest man in the underworld, she didn't expect that. She still didn't look at him, but she didn't tell him to leave either. That silence was the first small crack in the wall between them. Author, it was late. The sky outside was full of dark clouds. Thunder rolled. Rain hit the windows like a warning. Inside the room, the only light was dim lamp near the couch where Taehyung lay curled, wide awake but pretending to sleep. Van rested on the bed, back turned to him, eyes shut. Author, neither of them had spoken since his apology. She didn't push him away, but she didn't forgive him either. He didn't expect forgiveness, he just stayed. Because of the first time in his life, he didn't want to run away from guilt. Author's Midnight Thunder. A loud crack echoed through the sky, lighting lit the entire room for a second. Then darkness again. Van jolted. Author, she whimpered, twitched her hands, gripped the blanket tightly, Van in her sleep, panicking. No, don't hurt me, please, please don't hit me. Again, it hurts, staying, it hurts, please stop. Author, her body started shaking violently, tears slipped down her cheeks, even in sleep. She was having a nightmare, a real one from her real memories. Taehyung suddenly awake, rushing to the bed, whine, "Hey, wake up, it's okay, I'm here." She flinched and pulled away, but he didn't stop. He gently grabbed her shoulder and pulled her into his chest, held her tight, firm, safe. She was trembling like a scared child. Taehyung whispering softly into her ear, "No one's going to hurt you again. I'm not going to hurt you ever again, I promise." Author, her fists were clenched, her face pressed in his chest. Author, she didn't know if she was awake or dreaming, but something felt safe. Not healed, not okay, but safe. Author, Taehyung held her for a long time, arms wrapped tightly, his chin resting on her head. And then a single tear fell from his eyes, not from anger, not from guilt, but from something deeper, regret. Author, morning the storm had passed. The sky outside was grey and the air was cold. But inside the room everything was still. Fine. Opened her eyes slowly. Her head rested against her chest, warm, strong, familiar. Her heartbeat jumped. She looked up. Taehyung, Author, his arm were around her. He was still asleep or maybe pretending. His face close, his body warm. Author, she moved slightly and he woke up. Their eyes met, Wine softly with fear. "Why are you holding me?" Taehyung, voice low. "You were having a nightmare. I couldn't leave you like that." Author, she slowly sat up, breaking his hold. The moment her body left his arms, she felt everything, the breeze, the cold, the weight of memories. Vine staring at him coldly. "Do you even remember what you did to me?" Author, Taehyung didn't answer, not because he forgot, just because he remembered everything. Vine, voice raising slightly. "You beat me until I passed out. You chained me in a basement like a prisoner. You looked me in the eyes and told me I didn't even deserve your hate." She laughed, not happily, broken. Wine, easy glassy. "And now you bring me soup. Now you hold me in the last night like a none of that happened." Taehyung lowers his head, shame clear in his eyes. Taehyung softly, "I know I can't undo it." She stood from the bed weakly but with power in her voice. Van, breathing hard. "You don't get to be sorry once and think that's enough. You destroyed me and I don't know if I ever forgive you." Author, the words hung in air, sharp, too real. Taehyung didn't fight back. He just stood there like a man finally seeing his own reflection after years of being blind. Taehyung softly, I'll stay as long as you want me to. Even if you hate me, I won't ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness, I'll earn it if I can. Author, she didn't reply. She turned away but didn't leave the room. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. But for the first time, she had control, and he knew it. Author, but healing doesn't happen overnight, and forgiveness is not easy to earn. What happened when love and pain live in the same heart? Next part, she tries to walk away, but fate pulls her back, and this time she'll see the side of Taehyung no one has ever seen. Don't miss it. Subscribe for part 4th. It's only getting deeper. Bye bye.